Alright guys, we're just going to chill and wait for Kev. That's what the plan. Yeah, we're still waiting though. Snipe and Merc. Sorry guys.
Alright.
Okay.
So I haven't chat with us. I mean, like, what's off topic?
I don't know. You're the boss, Tom. Why is my... Oh.
He's making you come late at the draft. I know, right, dude? I'm going to, I'm gonna be late for the draft.
Shit.
We mad. It's gonna suck. I'll miss the first couple picks.
Can you pick me?
No, you are definitely not a first round draft pick. Get out of here.
Yeah, but I'm beautiful.
Oh, you got window full screen now.
I just have a beautiful face.
One would, yeah.
Don't.
Guys, thanks for the hosts.
Oh shit, yeah, I gotta host you. I should already be hosting you.
Freddy Krueger tank top? Yo, it's hot, so... It's hot out here. I'm more beautiful. Pick me, Edgo. Knight, thanks for the host. And Paul and Spez.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot to the bathroom real quick.
Okie doke.
What are you on, Don?
I'm not playing.
Oh.
It's just a game I was playing earlier today. Oh, I don't think my video... Is my video capture? Oh yeah, it is live. Okay.
Me and my boy Edco.
Right now in Jersey, Sin, it's like... Let me check.
Hot.
It's hot. It was hot. It was hot today. Actually, it's not really that hot anymore. It's only like 58 degrees out. But it's still hot up here. I'm late. No, nothing happened yet, Mad. We're waiting on the man, Kev. He told me he'd be like maybe 10 minutes late.
And it's been 13 minutes.
Yeah, look.
Let's start the
I'm not gonna... Look, I know, he's a busy dude. He's a busy guy. Shit happens. I know, game. Draft night. And I'm like freaking out. It was 98 today here? Sin, where do you live, bro? Vegas? Desert? It snowed here today. TJ, we don't live in friggin' Alaska like you do, okay?
You live in Alaska, TJ?
Nah, I'm kidding. He lives in Canada. Suicidal, we're still waiting for, we're waiting on Kevin, bro. Nerves are getting to him. What's up, Nair? What's up, dude? Oh man, I forgot my ham hat. Hold up. Hold up.
When are you getting these HHOUR hats?
Night, yo, thanks for the follow, buddy. Oh, sorry.
There's
Forgot
probably some
my
dust
ham
in there,
hat.
Mad.
Was there a gust coming through?
Big part. Kevin is, I guess, the what do they call him? Program or?
He's a programmer.
He is a programmer.
Well, no. What did Rosie call him? A project manager, I guess.
Oh, a project manager? He's that too?
Yes, he's that too. So basically, if you want to know what's going on with the game, he's the guy to talk to.
Are we talking about Kevin Raspino?
Yes.
Okay, so he's a programmer too.
Yes.
Okay.
From my understanding, he's not the main programmer for the game, though.
He's got some interviews out talking about.
Yeah. Paul, Kev
Sorry
is
for
your Lord and Savior.
The Skype in the background, guys. I'm waiting for Kevin to hit me up. Kev is your Lord and Savior. I mean, Kevin is on the team, so he's gonna know more than what we know. And I actually know something that a lot of people don't know. That Kevin let me know on. So Kevin knows stuff. Let's not get it twisted. No, and I'm not talking about... What?
The porn GIF integration into the engine?
Yes.
Oh, I said that on stream. Oh, man. That's
Shit.
a spoiler. That's for the story mode, the porn GIF integration.
Tell us, you bastard. I don't really think Kev would have an issue with me saying what he told me.
Well, let's start it out with that. Why don't you wait?
Should we start it
and
off
not
with that?
Put Kevin's business on blast. Wait till Kevin.
I don't
gets
think
in here and
Kevin's
be like,
business
hey,
would be on blast,
Kevin,
because he told me, and he didn't tell me to keep
can we
quiet
talk
about
what you
it.
told me earlier?
I'll bring it up. Yeah, I could bring it up, but I might as well.
First.
I'll bring it up first. So
trying to ruin Kevin's job.
I'm not going to ruin Kevin's jobs. Kevin's the man. So Kevin brought up when we were talking yesterday. He brought up that they're looking into like the maybe demo, but breach game mode. They're thinking of, you know, getting the effects of blowing up walls into the game. So
baller.
So they're thinking of like
sort of
taking
like,
it that far.
Sort of like in Desert Glory, where you could blow up the wall into the hostage building.
Yeah, but I think he was getting at taking it to maybe a little bit further than that. So we'll see. He said definitely isn't making it in this patch. But it's pretty. I like it. I think it's a good idea. You know, the technology's there now. Why not? And the damn engine could take it. So.
This game does have a lot of potential. Kills.
Like, yeah, it wouldn't be in every game mode. It would be like, yeah, in demo or breach. Like, yeah. But I saw you guys all freaking out about the game mode that Kev spilled yesterday. Eagle, thanks for the follow, buddy. But yeah, I saw you guys all like going on blast about
everybody going. I think a lot of people thought that wasn't. It was going to be like
AJ, thanks for the
core mechanic in the game.
Yeah, it's just a separate game.
That,
separate game mode.
He was talking about an actual game mode.
Yeah, separate game mode.
So,
Cross, thanks for the follow, buddy. Welcome, guys. Thanks for the follows.
You missed AJ Coop 5.
I said AJ. I said AJ.
Okay.
Gunplay and animations definitely need to take priority, and we all know that as far as like the community, and I'm pretty damn sure that the studio knows that as well. But
I mean,
at the same time, they need to start putting in stuff like other than team deathmatch, so we can start testing these maps for what they were designed for.
Yeah,
I guess in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, team deathmatch really shows. You know, it made it immediately. People were like, "There's something a bit off with the gunplay." They fixed it. You know?
Yeah.
Or in my opinion, 90% fixed it at least, because it's day and night from what it was.
Oh, it's phenomenal now compared to what it was. I mean, it still needs fixing.
Yeah.
It still needs some fixes, but I mean, it's 1,000 times better.
Oh yeah. And it was good before, so.
Is Kevin drunk?
Kevin just messaged me. He needs the ID. So I think we should be getting set. So let me just paste him the ID real quick.
He should be able to see it in his recent.
Yeah, he should, but I'm just gonna give it back to him, so.
Dude, that's true. You may want to turn off the sounds for your subscribe.
I lowered it. I just lowered it, so. Dom Canada loves you.
But Mr. Blonde, they did say that this is their first. I mean, this is the first run pass on the new gun mechanics, so they're going to be working on it. Yeah. They are going to continue working on the guns until the community says they are good.
Oh, he's here.
Keep working on. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
He's not dead.
He made it.
I didn't say dead. I said drunk.
No, me and a couple other devs are at the office right now. We're joking about that. Sending a message because we're running late and be like, "Oh, I can't make it. I'm dead. I'm sorry."
I died. It was tragic.
I died in a tragic accident. Sorry. Rushing to the Q&A. Sorry. Well, Kev, thanks for making it. We were patiently waiting for you. Everyone, I think we all know who he is, so I think we can skip the formality since we kind of did that yesterday. Where were we? We were kind of...
1 second before you go, because we have more people in. More people are in right now than they were yesterday, so people haven't heard this. Pretty much all the questions that we are going to be asking came from you guys in stream back about 2 weeks ago. So what we're going to be doing is answering those questions first, questions that we've also pulled from the forums, or asking those questions. And I will be writing down questions after that so that we can make sure that we get everyone's questions that ask them in the stream. I'm pretty sure that if you try and type more than once, like right off the bat, you're going to get blocked, so don't do that, or I'll lose what you wrote. So, yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
And keep it clean, guys.
Yeah, try to keep it clean,
please.
So now we have that out of the way. Yesterday, I believe we left off with grenades and the grenade tweaking before we were very rudely interrupted by Twitch. So, I think we can go revisit that since we lost it in the middle of you explaining all that, Kev. So we were talking about before you tweaking the grenade distance and throwing. And the explosion radius. Can we elaborate back on that?
Yeah. So, kind of short story. back there on the proof of concept, like as far as distances, it was all done in a different, like, you know, unit base, and it was a really bad one. So it's like everything had to be like from centimeters multiplied by like 0.6 to make it like 60% of what it was. And so some of the stuff that was in there, that's in here right now, hasn't been scaled up yet, so it's kind of the smaller distances. So now we're like to every Unreal unit equals 1 centimeter. So a lot of the throw distances just got to be bumped up now with the further throwing, and the explosion distances and all that have to be scaled up. So it's going to happen. I'm kind of messing with it while I'm working on the demolition game mode right now. It'll probably be a little bit better come next week.
Sweet.
And as far as peaking, yeah, like with the proof of concept, there was no peaking left at all. You could only peek right. We got like peeking right in there. I just don't have it turned on right now because it's kind of stupid to not be able to peek left and throw grenades.
Yeah, you said that was. You said that was an issue that you guys were having during the proof of concept, right? Was not being able to lean left.
Yeah, it's an animation thing. Like the proof of concept, like the animation basically slid the character to the left. So it's like your character with his feet planted would just slide off to the left, and your hand would still like hit the wall because you're throwing right-handed. So you would never get the grenade around the left. So it's a thing we're gonna start working on next week. We're finishing up a couple extra jump animations right now. Basically like jumping left, jumping right, just having good blends on those. And then grenade animations is the focus next week.
That's the priority for this week's patch, correct?
Yeah, and like we'll go from there. Like so, there's a lot of different grenade throws, underhands, overhands, potentially additional overhand animations. Sometimes it can get a little weird when throwing a grenade like at different speeds. It just doesn't look right the way you're throwing it if you have an animation going slower, even though you like set the play rate slower. It looks really bad, like you're just throwing in slow motion or something.
Do you guys have different plans on for, well, let's just say like with console you have pressure sensitive buttons for, like, you know, throwing distance, toggling wise? Is there any other kind of plans for, you know, for a PC player, since, you know, the mouse, there's no really pressure sensitive for a mouse?
Yeah, so I talked about that yesterday, but we got cut off. In the proof of concept, like, we had it where you held it down, and the longer you held it, the further you throw. There was no way to go back once you started going. And you ran into problems where if you had it quick that you can get to the max throw, it was so quick that you couldn't throw underhand, or you would have to quickly tap it to get an underhand out. And there was no way to like do like a, you know, half power throw at all. It was just so hard to stop on the dime. And then if you made it too slow, it took forever to charge up this grenade and throw it. And a lot of people noted that watching like the proof of concept videos, that it took so long to charge up the grenade. So, you know, that's why we're messing around with maybe, you know, do people even care to throw 50%? You can angle the grenade already, so you can hit the target you want to go to. So, you know, some people just want to get it out there. So what we might do is add some options that you can flip between the two. And so be just a time-based if you want the time-based one. Maybe even a third button to try to do some scaling.
Because you could probably use like the scroll wheel. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, if you're holding down the left trigger or left mouse button, you can definitely hit the scroll wheel with your middle finger.
Yeah, it just, we got to move some stuff around with it, like, because then we got to capture like input because the scroll wheel controls the stance right now, which is okay because there could be a lot of stance, especially once like there's multiple levels of zoom and whatnot. It makes it kind of easy getting between them. But
Right.
yeah, we can work out something. We'll mess around with some stuff.
Cool.
Oh, great. So we can move on to what do I have next here? We can move on to types
Indicators.
of inventory that we have coming up. You know, we just got in smoke. So can you elaborate on any other inventories that we'll be picking up?
I got an early version of the flashbang in yesterday.
Sweet.
So that's in. I don't know when we'll get to the PMM mine and the Claymore. I got those all modeled up and everything. I want to make sure they're a little balanced first before it's just
Definitely.
every bit of grass you can't walk through. But yeah, we'll get them in there. I got like an early version of it that I did like 3 months ago on the PMM mine. It works pretty good. So we'll see about those. Right now, like I'm working on a lot of the demolition mechanics on like having bombs and whatnot. So in and of itself, it's equipment. As far as like extra ammo, that's something also planned.
Extra ammo? Okay, great.
So yeah, it's just like the way to access all the weapons and adding the ammo to them and whatnot. It's just some work has to be done there on handling it.
Are you guys
also?
Are you guys also thinking of? Are we going to be able to pick combinations of them as well, multiple of the two?
Yeah. Like right now, it's only one slot, and I did that because I was like, I don't want people just running around with 3 slots of grenades.
Right.
You know, I didn't want it to be just tons of grenade spam, so I was like, I'll just limit it for right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna start bumping it up soon now that more inventory's there and there's some choices. So be on the lookout for that. But
Sweet.
The plan is there's 3 inventory slots, so you can double up on grenades and then eventually, you know, have some extra ammo, whatnot.
Right.
Awesome.
So, as far as claymores, while we're on the topic right now, somebody brought up the point that are they going to be like the press to activate or proximity? I'm hoping one answer. So,
I'm gonna go for the press button one.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little bit more fair because with claymores, you know, they're going out forward, so it kind of makes a lot of camping situations very tough. Or like for the opposer, you know, you could throw grenades and actually play it tactically. But yeah, there'll be a button press.
Awesome.
While we're talking grenades still, indicators with grenades and fire shots, that is in the works as well, or?
Yeah, we're going to get them in there. Like, they're in the proof of concept. We're using, you know, it was basically Unreal Tournament mod. So a lot of that stuff was kind of already there a little bit, so we just piped into it. So a lot of it just got to write it back up again.
Okay, so the POC was an Unreal Tournament mod. Right.
Yeah, in a sense. It wasn't completely a mod. Like, it just borrowed a little bit to get it off the ground because we were on a very short deadline to do that.
Sure. Okay, let's just keep moving on. Another huge topic, well, that I hear from my community a lot is a compass, some kind of tactical compass or a radar, kind of like, you know, back in S2. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, we got the UI assets, even though the UI is going to be rehauled here soon. So, and we've taken aerial screenshots of the map to do it. So it's going to happen. We're not sure like the level yet on the compass of what is all shown. Do we go for like a SOCOM 2 where it's just, you know, people in the vicinity that just there's no like actual map. It does make it very handy if you can see what room you're in, and we're also really like the idea of displaying like under the compass where you're at, so giving tons of buildings like location, so forth, and you could easily call out that you're in the apothecary or you're in the church or something like that.
Right. So nothing though, as far as like showing where enemies are. Right.
Yeah, I don't really care to put enemies on the thing. I don't want no Halo or Call of Duty shenanigans.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that.
Yeah, the main things is once the voice chat's in, I want to show the direction of where people are talking on voice chat, so you can know their places. I'd also like to know where the objective is and teammates.
Perfect.
So those are our kind of focuses right now when we get to that.
Just to semi-backtrack just for a second, you were talking about having like names on the minimap as a possible option. Were you thinking of like a kind of like a built-in call-out system on the map so that people don't have to come up with names for every little thing? Or
yeah, like that'd be the gist of it. Like internally we have all what we call all the buildings and whatnot. Some buildings are just called building 15 or something like that. So it might be something we might have some fun with the community and just kind of get what people call stuff and see what we like and what the community likes, and kind of just name the buildings that way and pipe it into the system that way. But yeah, I know it's very handy, church level 2 or something like that. More tacticalness. Instead of saying enemies are near me.
Yeah.
Oh, the hospital and Sismus. That's called the apothecary.
Okay.
The apothecary. Oh, great.
We can call that the hospital.
We can call it the hospital. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Another big, touchy topic is the bullet speed. Back in old SOCOM, especially with sniping, it was an instant hit. Are we going to be sticking with, leading shots and this kind of bullet speed, or is that going to be, taken back to the roots of SOCOM?
Not sure yet on that. The thing is, we do have get like, 200 meter render distances now. So instantaneous shots with a sniper rifle becomes very unfair that you can't even like poke your head out. And you, like with Sismus, there's a lot of spots that you can kind of choke hold, or like kind of bottleneck areas.
Oh, for sure.
So it makes it kind of unfair. Like, so it's, if we bring that back, then we have to really add tons of cover to the map, which also increases like, render calls and all that. Bring in like the limitation of hardware, fog of war stuff, which a lot of us don't really want to do. It's just, you got all these nice mountain, or they're not nice, but they're going to be nice. You got like this stuff in the distance that you can't see more than 100 meters in front of you. We don't really want that. So we'll play with it some more. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say, look at what Unreal Engine 4 can do now. It would be just in my opinion, I think it would be a shame to the engine to destroy being able to see all that.
Yeah. It really would.
Like eventually down the road, we'll add weather effects and stuff like that. It may be like a toggleable thing on some of the maps. So potentially, maybe we could just shove a bunch of fog in there and rain to try to reduce how far you can see. But right now, it's kind of a balanced thing to try to prevent instantaneously killing somebody across the map. Like during the proof of concept, it was really bad with pistols, because you could just shoot across the map with them and just headshot. Like I'd be in there binocular sniping all the time. So it's a means to try to reduce OP-ness of instantaneously killing somebody, that you got somewhat of a chance of moving around.
Moving away, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, great.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know, I'm always open
For
to
sure.
change.
Now the kill feed. Can we talk about the plans on that we're going to be seeing? Basically, you know, changing, being able to differentiate, you know, friendly or foe. Maybe even what weapon kills you, stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of the other programmers was messing around with it the other day. So the plan is we want to pipe in proper teams. Right now, it's like whoever the first person that's like in the thing, like the kill is like green or something like that, because it's not pulling in the team to set the colors. So it's going to display the proper team colors. We want to pipe in the weapons and potentially pipe in a second thing, and that might be like a headshot
Notification.
Yeah, we're also kind of thinking about maybe range of shots for snipers.
That'd be cool.
It's not like a real bragging rate. It's not like Battlefield, and it's like,
Right.
oh yeah, 900 meter shot. Like, you know, it's 200 meters. You know, is about the max.
Yeah,
So
I'll say, with the scope sway, if the scope sway gets bumped up just a little bit, I mean, getting those far shots is not going to be super easy. I mean, with the bullet mechanics right now, which I'm a super fan of the scope sway right now. I think the recoil is a little bit much, but the scope sway is awesome.
Now that you brought up the scope sway and the recoil and all that, can we expect that to be completely patched this week, or not sure yet?
I haven't touched it this week. It's going to be in the feature freeze.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah, I got to mess with it. I was trying to replicate some of this stuff. Recoil, yeah, it's going to get toned down. It's a lot of stuff is like I do like a first pass on it and then hand it off to people and get them to play it and get the feedback, so I don't waste tons of hours trying to tweak it and then just get, you know, feedback saying that it needs to be toned, though I, you know, wasted that time. So I'm reading feedback. You know, some stuff doesn't get fixed right away. Some of it's like planned when I get to other things, but yeah, it'll happen.
Okay, great.
So now that we're on the scope topic, though, Dom, can we bring up the having to zoom out of scope to see if you killed someone?
Yeah,
that's something really big in my opinion, and I think a lot of others feel that way. You can't tell if you killed someone when you're in scope. So that and getting booted out of scope while reloading your gun. I know people had that on the list. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we can take care of the kill feed stuff and that. That's no problem. Yeah, it's the scope stuff's getting rendered over the top of the screen, so it's probably
Just
you know,
hidden
covering
behind.
it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll take care of it.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Now let's move on to the animations. I'd like to, if you can elaborate on what is coming up and what you're prioritizing on your next set of animations that might be coming out this upcoming week for patch.
Yeah, so jump is right now what we're kind of messing with. So you've got lots of different movements of jump. You got jumping, you know, in place. You got jumping forward, left, right, and back. So a lot of different jump animations, and it's a little bit of work because you got like 3 states of the jump. Like, you know, you start the jump, you loop that you're jumping, and then you have a landing. So we got to break up like all these. So it starts piling up how many animations very quickly on that. So that's happening. We're also going to probably get a fall animation, which is probably just going to be the loop of the jump animation, just kind of moving. Next week, we're going to start hitting up the grenade stuff and start taking care of that. Eventually, we'll have like, you know, a whole movement set for grenades, but right now it's again piping into rifle guns up, which pretty much everything's piping into that.
People really want that, you know, that guns up higher, so we're not shooting from the stomach.
Yeah. We can do that. Like that one's somewhat easy because we're blending like an aim offset over the top of it, so we can bump that up.
Yeah.
After that, the priority is the pistol. We kind of want to give more life to the guns not being up. Like when guns up, you do want to kind of be stiff. You know, you're bracing to shoot a gun. You don't want to be like loose and all that.
Sure.
But with pistol, we want to have the left hand come loose. So we'll probably start with pistol guns down and have a lot of movement, like where your left hand's down, your right hand can be down too a little bit, but you get some movement. We definitely want it to be like when the pistol is guns up, your right hand is holding it, and potentially left hand can go down when running forward or running left. Running right, left hand comes back onto the gun. Same with running backwards. So we want to really get it very lively, gangster running, I guess, with the pistol. We got the mocap data for that. It's just a thing of you translate the mocap data to the skeleton, then you spend like 3 hours cleaning it up, and then you gotta work on the whole blend system on all the animations, and then you do more cleanup after you work on all the blending. So it's a bit of work for each kind of animation module we do.
Dom, something you skipped over, but I know a lot of people have been talking about the directional audio. Now, some people say it's not there, which I can confirm. I mean, it definitely sounds like there's directional audio in the game, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But is it going to be toned or changed in any way? I'm not a programmer. You are, so I'm sure you would have better insight into what would be done.
Yeah, and actually, to elaborate on that, the indicators for firing. Is that or for incoming fire, is that something that will be implemented, and if so, is something we can turn on and off?
Yeah, we can make it that you can turn it on and off. It's going to be a thing probably not within the next month on the hit indicators, because it is the thing where we got to pull in like where bullets are traveling in respect to the player, and calculate that information into two-dimensional screen space to kind of pull where this indicator is. So we just got to make sure it's not overly expensive. So it's a bit of work on that. Right. As far as the audio direction, the problem is right now that the audio is being listened from the camera, and that's the problem with the first person right now. We did a patch internally on it. We ran into some crashes, though. We got to work it out. Basically, there's a thing like called a listener, and the listener is defaulted at the camera, so it's always behind you. So, like when you're in first person, the problem is that listener is slightly forward than the character, so some of the audio sounds like it's behind you and it gets all muffled out and it doesn't sound 3D. So we just got to work out something on that. One option was potentially just for like first person, not worrying about trying to do positional audio, but doing stereo audio or whatnot for like footsteps and gunfire. It kind of gives you a better experience because you have the gun in front, you know where it's supposed to be. It's not like, somebody shooting off in the distance. Right. That stuff would still be three-dimensional positioned audio. But yeah, it's just either way. We'll move the listener. That should straighten up. It straightened it out. We fixed it. It's just there's a crash when respawning the player that the listeners are not being cleaned up properly, so you might be hearing somebody else's audio from across the map and whatnot. So
sounds like some ones and zeros.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's move on to upcoming maps and anything that you can tell us. can you give us any insight on any kind of new what the next map might be, or the variety in maps that you guys are planning on putting out?
Yeah, so the next map, we really wanted to do something in line with Desert Glory. And that's what's probably going to happen. Like, we've been working on the stuff for it. What some people have been asking is that the Kickstarter map. It was like that mannequin factory, and it's like, we have all those kind of assets, and it would shave a lot of time off development. So, but it's not really kind of a Desert Glory map. It would still potentially be like a hostage extraction map. And some of us here in the studio are like, we kind of want to do it because it'd be fun, you know, mannequin factory. I think there's baby dolls in it or whatnot. So it'd be pretty interesting, like, because we could do a lot of like screwing with people's heads, like, you know, mannequins at the end of a corridor with like different lighting on it that's like silhouette, like it's a player or whatnot. So I think it would be kind of fun. I might put a poll out, like, because we are like about this. We're starting production like on it. So, but we're at the point right now that we could go either way on it. We could do like something that's more in line with Desert Glory, or we could do the mannequin one. The thing is, like, if we do the mannequin one, you know, we do shave time off. You guys will get a map faster. Third map. With the other one, it does have a little bit of work before like we can hand something out to the community to start messing with, because one thing I kind of want to do is get something almost in like a dev texture format that just start tearing apart and letting us know where all the hot spots are, so we can
really
adjust it.
Really nice.
I might put up a poll after this.
Okay.
And just see what the community's feeling like.
Okay.
So be cool.
Nice. Yeah, that does sound cool.
Beyond that, like the other stuff, like other maps, we got. We want to do a snow map, and the thing again with doing maps that are in different locations, you have to have characters and camouflage that meet those
that map location. So,
wait. So what you're saying is the character models right now would not work for something that was the color of, say, Blizzard.
They would. We just gotta retexture them. Like eventually,
the colors would be horrible.
Yeah, they would be horrible. We want to have the character customization. We got some UI assets for it, like already done. It's just like a thing of getting programmer support on it. So we want it to be able that you can change the camouflage. Some stuff, like some camouflage, like, or not camouflage, but uniform sets, they don't have a snow version of it. You usually have like something completely meant for snow. You don't like take BDUs and put a snow pattern on it. You got like a kind of this piece that goes over the whole thing. So there is some stuff that has to happen there. We might introduce like a whole new character for the snow map.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But the terrorists... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead and finish your thought.
Oh, I was going to say the terrorists would be fine except for the Middle Eastern terrorists, but the other two, the like Eastern European ones, those ones would be easy for us to move to a snow map.
The Serbian Blizzard style.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, while we're talking about maps, it's kind of off topic, but is there, I don't know if you can, you know, talk about this at all yet, but in you know, further down the line, is there any thought of maybe custom servers with custom maps, or a map editor, or any form of like custom community maps?
We do want it. We do want it. It is something we'll probably do, not anytime soon.
Right.
I'm really interested in the Steam Workshop because it makes it very easy for people to get maps.
Yeah, buddy.
A lot of games take advantage of it. So basically, it's like you join a game, you don't have that map. It basically just downloads the map off the Steam Workshop. So you're not like going to some shady like site like Mega Downloads or something. And downloading it and doing all this crazy stuff. So we would like that. It is a thing with our assets, with your assets type thing. Because we.
So that's.
Oh, go ahead.
That's actually a good point to bring up. Mainly because a lot of people with Unreal Engine 4. I mean, I know myself. I have assets in my maps that I'm making right now, just sticking around that you guys won't have. So that's something that has issues with Steam Workshop, and so I guess touching on that.
Yeah, like it's a means we probably would have to do some custom stuff because it would be nice to kind of just package it all up into one file and not have to send like hundreds of like Sysmus can be 1,000 assets in that map, so it gets to be a lot of individual files that have to be managed. So it's just something that if we start working on that, it's going to take away from working on gameplay stuff at this point in time.
Right.
So we'll look into it. We might look into some shady way that maybe you guys can do stuff that we don't have to rate the systems, but maybe you can do like a, distribution outside of Steam.
Like a custom server file type of deal, or?
Yeah. Some of the problems, though, with it is we do have a lot of custom stuff in our maps as far as like spawn points, game objectives, stuff with handling like lobby map, like camera, a lot of those things that you would have to get in order to make your map work. A way a lot of other games out there have been handling that side of things is creating plugins. So you kind of distribute some stuff that would allow you guys to work on things. We just got to look into that. I've heard people say the plugin creation is pretty easy, but
plugin create, so I can attest that plugin creation is really easy for that for Unreal Engine 4. However, it doesn't work all the time. It's when you actually make the plugin. I've heard of horror stories with like spawn points and stuff like that, but that's something that it's probably an easy fix, but
and I understand that that's probably the ways out. The reason I brought it up is I would imagine if you guys made a Desert Glory and started making all these maps that you might get an angry phone call or two, and the community can kind of But anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, for us, we can't make SOCOM maps. We can make stuff that is like kind of inspired by those, but I would like the community to be able to make some of the old school maps and play them again. It just it kind of eats time up out of other features. So once we round off some of this other stuff, we'll start investing time into those features.
Sure. Well, let's move on to more of the gameplay features, gameplay mechanics. Let's talk about our health bar right now, or health percentage. Can we get that back to a health bar, please?
I hate it.
I hate it.
Yeah, that's more of the UI guy that I had do some stuff. He put that in there, and I've had him like gut it back out yet. So we want to give some love to the bottom right corner.
Yes, needs love.
So we do want a health bar. We do want the stance of the player. Though sometimes internally we joke like, you can't see what stance you're in, but first person you can't tell. So give it to that. Yeah, like we'll give it some love. Some of the stuff though in like the bottom right in SOCOM was like just filler stuff, like your own name over your health bar. It's like you don't know your own name and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're gonna give it some love. So it's coming.
Okay.
Nice.
Sweet. Let's keep moving. Can you tell us what are your plans for like the in-game clan management, clan system? What are you guys gonna do about that?
So, as far as the clans go, we gotta get like some dedicated server for that. Basically, what we want is you could shoot out invites to people. They can join your clan. You have like an internal ranking in your clan. You can kick people from your clan, I guess you could say.
Right.
We want some type of messaging board. That was one thing I loved about SOCOM 3 was like your clan form. That you could leave messages and you could be like, hey, we're doing a clan war, or be like, yo guys, you missed out on this clan war, it was awesome.
Right.
We want that in there. We want the ability to join clanmates game. We also want the ability to send messages, though the messages will probably be through whatever internet or the service that the game is through. So for Steam, it'll just pop up like their Steam, thing, and you just send a message to them like you would, for your friends list. So that's the plan features. There's a lot of other stuff, especially when it comes to probably handling clan wars, and potentially some type of ladder system there.
Right.
We haven't gone into too much detail on it because it is like kind of want to get the hacks out first. We want to get a lot of this stuff under wraps. And make sure we got like the server architecture in place to handle that stuff. What else? Clan stats. We got a page for that. So we kind of want to pipe in, like all the stats of your clan. When you play games against other clans, what your wins are, losses, what your accuracy is like, all that type of stuff. So we want to keep track of that. So a bit of stuff there. We'll listen to the community too. There's probably a bunch of other stuff we'll get in, but I just want to get the core things to get it working right now, and then we can expand from there.
Awesome. So what do we have? Single player. Probably not coming, right?
Not anytime soon. Yeah, like in the Kickstarter, like if you looked at like the first few tiers, there's like a bunch of shenanigans with, like you get like the first DLC for like a year, and you get expansion packs and whatnot. Potentially, we can try to pipe something like that in with that, so it might be something outside of the game, or not outside, like additional stuff down the road.
Right.
But yeah, single player gets very expensive.
True.
Like that's a lot of mocap sessions, as far as like having tons of acted out scenes, lots of voiceover work. Maps have to be a lot huger. Like you got to have all these different pathways and whatnot. So it is a bit of work. And as far as like the budget we have and the team size we have, it's nothing we can do right now without sacrificing a bunch of other things.
Okay. I know we touched upon the in-game voice. Any kind of ETA on it?
We got them all. They've all been edited. Like, what I gotta write up is a system for all the characters to pull in all their audio. So, yeah, later down the road, basically, yeah, when you throw a grenade, you're gonna yell out a grenade. You can also do like little sayings and whatnot in the thing, and also the taunts and all that. We got it. It's just a lot of things. We prioritize them as like, is it a needed feature right now? So like something like that. Like
I think he's talking more voice though.
Yeah, it's
like
you know,
push to talk, like
like
game chat.
Yeah, the game chat type stuff. I have the network guy. He's gonna look at it down the road here.
Okay.
He's wrapping up a bunch of other stuff with the servers. So it is something we're gonna do. We are looking into like the proximity chat and all that, because using Steam Chat, it doesn't have support for it. So we'd have to use our own chat system with that. So we just got to look into some things. I got a message from one guy talking about Mumble. Is it Mumble? Yeah, I think it's Mumble.
Like a TeamSpeak type of?
TeamSpeak.
Yeah, like
TeamSpeak, yeah.
some games out there have integrated it. I'd have to look into.
Armor 3 has a plugin for it.
Yeah, like, so I'm not sure if it's something we could just be like, oh, let's take it and make money using it type thing. So we'll probably end up using something out there, but it is something on the to-do list. So it will happen after some other server stuff gets taken care of.
Great. So here's a touchy subject I want to bring up that my community and we've talked about. Microtransactions for in-game to help out. We're talking about like gun skins, character skins, stuff like that. Have you guys thought about that for, obviously, on release?
Yeah, we've thought about it. We have stuff. We have, what we plan if we wanted to do that. I don't really want it to be anything that breaks balances in the game.
Of course not.
I don't want to be like, oh, you want a Barrett 50 cal, $5?
Yeah,
no, nothing like that.
Just skins,
care packages
aesthetic
or something.
stuff.
Yeah. It'd be skins, essentially character packs, stuff like that.
Cosmetics.
Maybe custom dances, different kind of dances, maybe stuff like that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
The dances are on the list. It's a thing like with SoComp, it was like you cycled through dances. So then it's now like, how do we handle that? Like, do we create some system that you can, pipe in 5 different dances, or do we just have it? You always have one dance if you want that. So it's some stuff. We are interested in doing the dances as something that helps fund us and all that.
Of course, yeah.
So it's on the list. Weapon skins, we already done a lot of them. And then the other character packs. There's a bunch of other stuff that it's like, oh, we could potentially do it. It's on the list that but we don't really want to talk about it. It's no game-breaking stuff. It's stupid cosmetic things like sunglasses and helmets and stuff like that. So,
of course,
I think the term microtransactions sounds really toxic. But when we're talking about you guys don't have EA giving you millions of dollars every month, and like any way we can help fund this game, I think is good, especially if it's cosmetic and it's not it's not like. I would imagine you're not going to be putting like bright rainbow jumpsuits on people. So I don't really think, it's something people need to complain about, and especially when we don't have any concrete information yet.
Yeah, there's a level of funny I would want. There's a
Is that
kind
rainbow
of
jumpsuit confirmed?
No, it's like, fat guy with a rain slicker, like running around.
Yeah.
Not to that extent, but like character packs that might have something of that level of like a funny character. But yeah, I don't want to have some crazy rainbow guy running around and unicorn hats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got it planned. And as far as microtransactions, I want to handle it right and not put a bad taste in people's mouths with it. I've had people say like, we should be doing it now, but it's like the game's not complete, and I don't care to start saying I'm gonna start taking away from the game that we're trying to work on and try to sell it to you. I don't want to be one of those evil game companies like that. So I want to get the game finished, and then we can start thinking about selling microtransaction stuff.
Of course.
Yeah. So
I think as long as you keep it cosmetic, nobody will complain.
So okay, so can I switch topic real quick, because there's a bunch of stuff coming up in chat and we have it on the list.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I know that it may not be the easiest question to answer, but can we talk about Wolf Run a little bit? Because there's a lot of talk, and I agree myself. I mean, terrorists have a huge advantage right now being team deathmatch, being able to get to those hills right away. And with the render distance going up, that's going to increase that even more. So as far as, is it going to be something that more buildings could be added in the future? Is game mode going to take care of that? Things, I guess, Wolf Run in general.
Yeah, me and Russ talked about it earlier today, and yeah, it's the thing. We watch a lot of people play on Twitch streams, and we see what they try to do. So right now we're working on giving more cover towards the terrorist base and freeing up the hill in front of the terrorist base to make it more of a tactical advantage for the SOF than the terrorist. So giving it cover that doesn't help the terrorists, but it helps the SOF on the hill.
Yeah.
That they could take that hill and have advantage over the terrorist over there. Mm-hmm. So it's a little balance. That's kind of the great thing. Like when we switch to the new terrain system, is we're not locked into the way the terrain's sculpted. We can recarve stuff real easily. So we're gonna change up that terrain a little bit over on the terrorist side to give the soft a little bit more of an advantage. So it's coming. I know I've seen some people talk about maybe having it a battle across the river.
Yeah, I brought that up a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's something we thought about too.
And then make it like a rush for if the snipers want to snipe, make it a rush for the sniper hills towards the terrorist side, or that was my input in it for it. Yeah, the only thing, this was a problem too with Sismus when we thought about maybe rotating it like 90 degrees, is you have this road that runs down the middle, which is kind of like your highway to the danger zone, but now it becomes this like no man's land in the middle of the map that nobody can cross unless we really put a lot of cover to break up this center piece. So it's a very open area now, where the river is kind of like the highway to the danger zone, and out in the open type stuff. Yeah, it's now like you go out there, you're gonna get snipe type thing. Sure.
So we'll see. Like the other side of the map, I know a lot of people have been like, "Oh, nobody goes over there; it's barren." That side of the map is more planned for future game modes. And potentially, if we do any, like the Barrett 50 cal being a weapon that's in the level that is something you want to go for, that it would be over there in that building, and it lure people out. It's more of a flanking side to flank out
Oh yes,
But,
it is.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So, going into that, I'm sure you saw the forum blow up about the 50 cal. Can you go into, people were asking for a little bit more information on it. Can you go into a little bit more information on what your ideas behind that are?
Yeah, like, you know, the Barrett was traditionally like kind of that one-hit kill gun. I don't want with the view distances to have these overpowered sniper rifles. It always makes some of the lower powered sniper rifles, you know, why mess with it?
Right.
Unless it's like a semi-automatic sniper rifle that you can shoot quicker. So it'd potentially be, yeah, you know, a weapon that's, you know, one in there, you can kind of go battle for it.
Battle for it.
Yeah, give you like a tactical advantage going off to the side of the map. And it's always open, you know. And it's a thing that I can drop this thing in and we could play with it for a week, and if people hate it, we remove it.
Then we take it off. Right.
Yeah, so, you know, and I think a lot of the community, you know, be open to it. This isn't a traditional game, you know, point in development where we are locked into stuff. There's no turning back, you know, we've gone too far. It's like, if you want, I could pop something in for a week and we can see how it feels, and if we don't like it, just remove it, you know. I already got the mechanics for placing weapons in maps, so I just borrow basically the mechanics of the like sniper rifle, adjust all the settings and put a model on it for the Barrett, and it's in. It's a pretty quick drop in, and see how it feels. So yeah, be open to stuff. I'm open to stuff, you know. If you hate it, I'll remove it. If you guys like it, we'll keep it. So we'll see.
From chat, they're hating it. So just to let you know.
From chat. But at the same time, I mean, like, I personally feel like I won't like it, but I mean, we have to try it at first. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not one
better
to jump on the
try stuff
Hate-mobile.
now. I'm one of the people who thinks I think I would like it, but I don't know. I haven't played it. But like, let's try stuff now. You know, before people start talking about PlayStation releases and stuff. Let's get this sort of stuff. You know, that's what's great about this whole like early access movement that's going on with specifically with smaller games like this, Kickstarted games.
For sure. All right, so let's move on. A lot of people are bringing up, and you know, I'd like to chime in on. Can you tell us about the rankings, and are we going to be able to see that at all at EA, or is that, you know, what kind of timeline you have on that?
It's probably going to be a couple months, or a month or two after EA.
Okay.
So we can get the ban hammers on the cheaters, like all taken care of, and really clean the community up a little bit. Because I don't really want to be stat tracking cheaters at all. It's just kind of a waste. Because yeah, I could be tracking rank, but it's just going to end up getting discarded in like a month or so, when, you know, I'm like, okay, we've polished up all the bugs, or, you know, doing this gives you like, you know, infinite ammo or something like that. Like a lot of glitches that, you know, are gonna break the game, and it's just kind of pointless to track those stats. And then it kind of gives something exciting when it kicks in that now we're tracking stats. So we'll see. It might be sooner than that. That's just me putting it out there.
Sweet.
You guys still there?
Yeah. I'm trying to.
You're dead quiet. I'm like,
everybody in chat.
We're taking notes and stuff.
I'm just gonna put it out there right now. Please be respectful of everyone. We all have different opinions, and that's fine. But please respect everyone in chat. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
guys. We're all adults here. So yeah, Vice, or Citrus. Any more questions you guys have?
Yeah, so I wrote down a bunch of them from chat as we were going. Some of them I didn't grab names on, but we can go ahead. A lot of them are going to be quick yes/no answers. If that's okay, Kevin.
All right.
All right. So first off, HE grenades. Yes, no. In the
Say
future.
that again?
High explosive grenades.
We're thinking about it.
Right.
I do want to do a lot more grenades, so it's on the to-do list, maybe.
Okay. Prone to dive. We
Prone
didn't
to
talk
dive?
about that at all.
Yeah, I gotta get the new animation in.
Okay.
It's gonna happen.
All right. Grenade knockdowns.
Yeah, we'll probably have it. We tried doing something like that in the proof of concept. It was very buggy and there's a lot of error checking that you don't glitch into grounds and whatnot. And we're kind of interested in ragdolls on that, so we'll see. It's gonna happen. We're not sure like the route we want to take on it yet.
Okay. Suicide had asked about walking up hills that. So right now there's multiple places in maps where you can't walk up hills that you probably should be able to. I think it has something probably to do with the step height of your character models. Will that be worked on?
Yeah, we just gotta, identify the spots. Some of it, it might be, the terrain's just like 1 degree higher than the slope that the player can walk up. So, we can smooth it out. Some stuff, it's like you shouldn't be going up it, but it looks like you can go up it. So we just got to polish it up. So make note of it, and we'll get Russ on it.
Sweet.
Awesome. So Glancer asked about scopes on assault rifles. Is that planned?
Yeah, it's planned. The M4, I got to get a better animation for the shooting. I tried to reusing some stuff with the snipers, and it looked bad. So we got to do something custom for it.
Right. Peaches had brought up something about the recoil on sniper rifles being being just a animation up and down. Is there a plan to make that a little bit more random?
As far as swaying off to the sides and whatnot, we could. The current system on it would have to be reworked to allow it, but we could give it a more organic feel to it, going in different directions and whatnot. Not anytime soon, I would say. Since it's more of an aesthetic thing.
Eagle had asked about vote to kick.
Vote to kick. It's on the list. The server guy's going to be working on it. That probably will happen before voice chat. We're also working on ban lists, kicking, server passwords right now. That's kind of the priorities that our networking guy's doing.
Any leeway in our next weapon pack, or what? Can you give us any kind of hints or anything?
As far as weapons, anything new probably won't be for maybe a month or so. Maybe a month.
For any kind of weapon?
We want to hit the light machine guns. I want my newbie cannon.
Yeah. Sure. People want the newbie cannons.
Yes.
Make them super
M60s.
so we can cry about them.
People really, really want the 5.52 SD.
That's right.
I see that everywhere. The chat is blowing up about it right now. So just
take a little note on that, Kev, because the terrorists need a silenced weapon.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll put it on the list. Jake, who's the weapon modeler, is kind of freed up right now. Basically, he's the environmental artist as well. So, as we're now switching to the third map, you might have a little free time to do it up. We'll see.
Cool.
Awesome. And I just have two more, actually. Glancer had asked multiple times about the respawn mechanic, if there's going to be some sort of respawn, because I know people used to like warming up and respawn before clan wars and stuff like that. Is that planned for the future?
I have respawn in there. I think we just got to go in and repolish up some of the game mode logic working with the respawn, because a lot of the focus has been on the one lifing, or one lifer or whatever. But yeah, we want to have respawn in there. Like, as far as how it plays out, it's still up in the air. But it's going to be in there. It's in there somewhat.
And this is my last question. People are asking in spawn in chat. I don't know if Citrus has grabbed any, but Titus asked about, and this is actually a really interesting question. How big is SOF as far as employees? If you're able to divulge, again, give us an idea of how many people are actually working on this game. Yeah,
1,000 people. No, we're not a giant team, and it's a handful of guys. We're maybe, you could say about a dozen. Some people are, contractors that come in. They, do like a month of work or something. That's how a lot of the gaming industry works. If you guys don't know, it's mostly contract work. So it 1 month it might be a dozen people. Another month it might be 9 people or so. So we're all, I bust my ass off like 7 days a week. So we're slaving. We're slaving here.
For sure.
But it's not a big team. But we're looking to expand down the road, especially once we hit early access.
Great.
You guys?
Yeah, that's all that I had down. Do you have any?
Yeah, I pulled one or two. People want to know about a rank system.
Rank system. Like, as far as what about it?
Just like, is there going to be a ranking system at some point?
Well, we touched upon it.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Also, I guess this is more as like a general question, but like, how are you guys liking the architecture with client server with Unreal 4 as far as like hacking and like dealing with that? How is that working out for you guys? Because I know Unreal 4 is still relatively new.
Yeah, like there's some stuff we gotta tighten up on the content. Like, we can tighten the content up right now and like block anybody from deleting assets. The problem is you have to get all the content every time a patch goes out. So it could be like every time we put a patch out, you guys got to download like 4 gigs of data or something like that. So we're trying to reduce the amount of download on a patch update. So we're looking into trying to package things up into chunks that you would only have to update certain chunks of stuff. But so that's one thing. A lot of the stuff I really can't talk about it because a lot of people are using this information for means of hacking.
Just more. Is everything going well?
Right now, like, one of the things the network programmer is working on is identifying what stuff we can rearrange. What stuff can be moved to the server, preventing hacks and stuff like that. This is a guy we just brought in, and he's like huge, like has shipped many AAA games, like huge AAA games. So he's good. So he's coming in and tightening it up. We also flipped on VAC ban, so heads up, if you've been cheating, you're about to get banned probably in the next few days. So that's on. There's gonna be some stuff. We're gonna be cracking down, and people are gonna be shit out of luck.
One question that's popping up a lot right now is, so we realize that this game is made for PC, so you're working on mouse and keyboard, but a lot of people are playing with controllers. Is there going to be work done on controller support to make it good for when EA ships?
What I want is to try to have everything when you're in the game controller friendly, as far as like the lobby, and all the like switching weapons, inventory, and all that. A lot of the main menu stuff, it gets very complicated. It's not too complicated, but it takes a lot of reworking on focus groups and whatnot. And some of the stuff we're using right now from Unreal Engine 4 is a little early in development, so it still has some things to be fleshed out. And once it does, we'll have full controller support there. So it's come along. We'll have it eventually, but I'm trying to hopefully get most of the stuff by early access, controller friendly in game at least.
Cool.
Sweet. So was that it from you guys? The questions picked up?
Yeah, I mean, there's people. Yeah, there's people still asking questions.
I was just going to ask
in chat.
Chat, yeah.
But a lot of them have been answered.
Have been answered.
So if they can go back and a lot of them have been answered. So if they go back and read or watch the stream, they'll be able to see a lot of that stuff.
Right. So is there any more guys right now? I'll open it up for a little bit. For anyone else that joined late or anything, any questions that you'd like to have answered that Kevin feels okay to answer?
Yeah.
Character speed, upper body. What else, guys?
A lot of people earlier were asking, how do you guys feel about how the game feels as of right now?
I know a lot of people are in disbelief and are living under a rock, and not a lot, couple. You know who you are. And they put the proof of concept on this plateau that it's this heaven
God Almighty. Yeah.
Like, I will tell you that the game right now plays 1,000 times better than that game. You think the spread was bad a couple weeks ago? Those weapon mechanics were horrible.
Yeah.
First bullet hit the target. After that, it was like the Uzi from SOCOM. They were just all over the place. Character movement speed was just super fast. It was so hard to hit anybody. Like, if you watch the gameplay footage, you never saw anybody fight more than 10 feet away.
True.
Unless they're using a sniper rifle. It just, you couldn't hit anything. And there was a lot of times where, somebody would come in and play the game, and you could kind of tell they're like, they didn't want to say anything because you're like there with them, but they're like, the game doesn't really play well. But right now, we're happy with it. It plays a lot smoother and better. It's going to keep getting better. A lot of the stuff that's in the works is smoothing out network prediction code and all that jazz. That's fun. So I'm happy. The dev team's happy. And I hope you guys are happy.
We're loving it. I think some people are just naturally dramatic. And this is still like super early. And I think also it seems like, I don't want to get into other games or anything, but it seems like lately they just kind of expect you to have like millions and millions of dollars and like thousands of people working for you. But I think everyone in this room at least is really happy with how things are going.
My community is.
You guys, you put the game out, you got the game into UE4, you put it out, and like the first couple days there was like 4 patches.
Yeah, like,
I mean, that's like from such a small team, that like it's not like you guys made $10 million off the Kickstarter. So I think the community as a whole is happy, and we're really excited to see where this goes. So don't let a few drama queens get to you guys.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
You're doing a great job, and it really is. It's a testament to the fact that you're putting out patches every week, and you guys are willing to say that there needs to be work done. I mean, things need to be fixed, and we all know that. You guys know that, but it is getting fixed. So at least I feel like it's getting fixed.
Right.
Cool.
What else? Excuse me. The maps. I'm getting a question. Do you have any kind of idea how many maps will be out for launch, I guess we could say? Do you have any concept of how many?
Not yet. It's a budget thing. We want to have at least 6, but we'd like to have more.
6 by...
And there'll be
by
potentially
when?
I can't say.
I
can't
say. Sorry. How to pull your leg a little.
It's 1 million. Yeah. 1 million maps.
Yeah, no, it's a thing, you know, I will say, like, there's rules with Steam, and when you say things, you know, for early access, you gotta stay true to them. So, I don't want to start saying release dates and we're gonna be out at this date. Like, I think some people also might not really grasp that. Like, early access isn't the release date. Like, that's just... Exactly. That's just like basically open beta at that point, that anybody can kind of get into it and play it. And I wouldn't even really say it's open beta. It's like open alpha.
We try to stress that here at Crew Ham. So
yeah, I think for a lot of people, you don't ever see this. Like, most of your games, like, they're, you know, they just showed their E3 trailer and they've been working on it for 2.5 years, and they're like, we're coming out in November, and they're like getting this expectation that 6 months and the game was done. No, man, like, some Call of Duties, like, yeah, they come out like once a year, but it's by different studios each time, and they've been working on that thing for like 3 years. Like, half of a dev team on a game, usually before the game's even done, is already working on the next game. So, like, those games are like 3 years of development. So it's time. It's time.
And it's still the same game from 2004. So.
Yeah.
So people are asking, I know we already talked about Push to Talk, but is the plan to have that there during early access? I mean, from my understanding, once you are out of early access, I mean, that's pretty much the game. You're only doing patches that will kind of do small things. Yeah,
like, we'll be in early access for several months. Several is, you know, a number. It could be like 3 months. It could be more than that. I don't want to be like 7 is the number. Yeah, like, there's going to be continuous patches throughout it. It's still, like, early in development. You know, early access helps us out because it allows us to get the game out to the masses. And, you know, there's a lot of people who don't know about SOCOM. They don't know about HHOUR. And, you know, getting that, you know, extra money income allows me to hire more network programmers or hire additional map designers, and we can start putting development into a faster pace. So it helps you guys out in the long run. So, you know, there's a lot of early access games out there that this was, you know, big for them, and it helped them out big time. So it's going to do the same for us, and we'll really get cranking once we get into early access.
Somebody's asking about. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're gonna ask what I was gonna ask. So,
yeah, people are asking about kill cam, and I think we're probably all on the same page on this. But I just figured I'd go ahead and ask you.
Yeah. Can we squash that?
Yeah, like, I know SOCOM, I think SOCOM had like a bit of, like, it would follow the player or like look at the player. I've never been a fan of that because it always sucked when you were sniping and like the kill cam showed where you are, and that jackass was on like aim or something like that back in the day. It's like, he's in the bush over there, and like your position's given off instantly. Yeah. So I don't want to have it. We do want to splash up the kill though. We want to, you know, give it some excitement to it. So, like your death. So we want to, you know, pop up who killed you, what weapon, and maybe some type of body hit region. So you could be like, I was hitting these regions, and I was thinking about like some type of like kind of like stupid, like you go to the gun range and you see like the human silhouette, and do something like that, and then have like regions that kind of highlight in red that kind of show where you've been hit at or whatnot, so you can kind of get some analytical data and whatnot from it. So that's as far as the plans we have for the being dead type
Okay.
stuff.
Oh, did we ask jump to climb?
I was just going to pull that denial. Thank you. Jump to climb, being able to like hurdle over. Let's just say, for instance, those little stone walls on in Sismus and stuff like that.
Yep, we do want to do it. It's one of the things we've been like painstakingly
trying to go.
And we haven't started work on it. There's several ways to do it. Like potentially you have like designated areas that like have like these kind of collision areas that you like walk into, and then it pops the action that you can jump over stuff or whatnot, and you gotta like say like the height of it and climbing over and moving these physics and networking this and making sure somebody else isn't climbing up on the same thing. It's a lot of work that if we do it, we need to sink a lot of time into it, because it is one of those things that is very glitch tendent, and SOCOM1 can attest to that.
I love
the amount of areas.
You telling me people went below the map in SOCOM1?
Oh man, yeah, there's so many glitches in SOCOM1. God. Like I've had horrible clan wars where it's like I was killed outside of the map and somebody's saying I killed them outside of the map, and I'm like huge flame war over the glitches in SOCOM1. Yeah.
Jeff, that's a decent question. Were we supposed to be able to jump on those Sismus roofs? Was that planned?
No. I like them. It's
I've got a question related to this.
Yeah, like we kept like deterring it like during like the proof of concept. It's like somebody figured some way of jumping over stuff. Okay, collision volume, block that off, and
maybe
somebody would find like yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, like for me, vigilant. Yeah, that's vigilant. You could get up on the roofs of the buildings. I always kind of like that. It kind of gave you like a sniping advantage.
Mm-hmm. The hostage building on HO or on Desert Glory.
Yeah, like I kind of like it. So there might be a couple buildings that were like, yeah, what the hell? Like we'll let you get up on it. Like right now, the terrorist spawn area. There's kind of like that building, and you can kind of go up like that side area.
On that side, yeah.
I think Russ just blocked it off with some fences, so I might have him.
It still works.
Yeah, you can still do it.
You can get around
you can
those
still
fences.
get up there,
yeah. Yeah, we might open it up a little bit so you can get up there. We'll see about maybe a soft equivalent. I know like you can get up onto a hill a little bit and jump up onto another building, so we might open it up. It's just a thing that we gotta try to limit some of the playing field, that there isn't too much area that players can go to. But yeah.
Yeah. I was curious about, this is kind of directly related, ladders, I guess, and also the windows, and I guess you said it was called the apothecary. Can we get those open back up so I can jump at them again and shoot people going in the doorway?
The apothecary windows will probably stay blocked.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. What was the other one you said?
Ladders.
The ladders?
Or like climbable objects.
Yeah. It's again like
same situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of networking that has to go into that. Not a whole lot, but you got to manage who's on the ladder, or do you let two people go on the ladder at the same time? Like how high up is the other person on the ladder that you're not intersecting into them or glitching off the ladder and doing some craziness. So it's one of those things, lots of heavy testing, and it's something we have to sink, a little bit of time into it. I know there's like some people who have like some stuff you can buy out there for Unreal Engine 4 on like ladders and whatnot, but they don't have networking support. Yeah, I think
it's not that good. I mean, I downloaded some stuff for that, and it's really, the networking is horrible for it.
Yeah.
No offense to the person who made it. I don't know, but I could not have made it myself, but it's really not that good.
Yeah, this is me, like, kind of talking about stuff, but yeah, a lot of times, like, we're like, let me look up an idea on how to do something, and a lot of times you got to sift through lots of student work and whatnot, so it is one of those things that there's a lot of stuff that looks like it's good, but it really isn't, like, the best case scenario, so we'll probably end up writing it all of ourselves. Cool.
Nice. The round time for TDM is being brought up, reduced to 3 minutes. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's doable. Like, we did have it at 3 minutes during alpha. A lot of people wanted it bumped up, so we bumped it up. But yeah, we can reduce it. Like, tell you guys the truth. Like, Team Deathmatch really isn't the ideal game mode for,
of course,
Sysbis and Wolf Run.
Yeah.
Wolf Run will eventually be like, I want it to be a demolition map, and Team Deathmatch is like, if you guys want to do it, you can do it. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Sysmus. Like, it's not really intended. Sysmus was originally intended for hostage extraction, but during the proof of concept, it really didn't work out, and what we ended up with is like, nobody in a legit game ever extracted the hostage. It was impossible. Mm-hmm. The distances you had to bring the hostage were so long, and it was out in the open, so you would get shot like on the way to the hostage extraction. And then we had like a helicopter like that would fly in, so you would wait like a minute for this helicopter to come in, so it was like no way to ever extract the hostage. And then like the terrorist base is too far back, and there's like a level of Desert Glory. Like, Desert Glory had it that there was some time that the terrorists had to get to the hostage extraction room, but there was a moment that the SEALs could try to get a couple quick shots off, and you can't do that in Sysmus, really. Like, there's a little bit of it, but there's no, like, popping out on the left side real quick and trying to pop off those guys a little bit.
Yeah. We still can shoot into spawns on Sysmus. Well, yeah, maybe not into spawns, but like when you come down, let's just say in Sysmus a terrorist, when you come down that left side, down that valley to towards church, you can get your head popped the hell off coming out there, and also crossing to the right side, crossing the main road. Yes.
It's a two-way street though, and it can be avoided on either side if you're careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we'll bring the hostage mode back to Sysbis. It's a very error-prone game mode. With the proof of concept, like, the hostage would get stuck a lot. Like, Unreal Engine 3 had a horrible nav mesh system. Mm-hmm. And with the amount of buildings and doors and all this stuff, well, we're getting a lot of feedback.
I got it.
Is that one of us, or is that you, Kev?
That's
Was that you, Citrus?
Cool.
We good?
Yeah. So
shit.
Yeah, Unreal Engine 4 has a pretty good nav mesh right now. Like, we run bots around on the maps for testing, and the bots are getting around pretty well on Sysmus. So the hostage should be fine. We're probably not going to do the helicopter extraction.
The helicopter extraction, yeah.
Yeah, like, the helicopter extraction is good for like an escort mode. When you're in possession of the hostages from the get-go, that it gives the terrorists a means of reacting to whatever point you want to extract. But but for only 1 point of extraction, it leaves too much time that you're going to get killed.
True.
So you probably see that truck parked around the map here and there. That's probably going to be the new extraction point. Not the one that's parked up by the terrorist base. That's going to get switched out with a Toyota. Not a Toyota. Looks like it. Not affiliated with Toyota. But what you normally see terrorists driving around all the time.
Oh. Okay.
They'll be getting one of those. But
so Abel had asked something about the bullet mechanics being long range on maps being a little bit too much. I mean, people are using just assault rifles across the map on Sismus. I know that happened sometimes in the games that you're modeling HHOUR after, but it does happen a lot in especially Sismus. Is that something that's going to be fixed with new gun mechanics as you work on them?
Yeah, just as I hear feedback, I can tone it down. I think what we might do, I don't want to talk ballistics, even though some jackasses with their memory cheat managers can read the variables. Setting maybe custom gravity values for weapons to try to get them to drop quicker. Because it is a thing with playing with speeds that the bullets aren't too slow, but once you get them going too fast, they don't drop quick enough to make them balance for long range stuff. So what we might do is, instead of doing 9.8 meters per second, maybe it might be twice as much gravity to try to pull it down quicker, to adjust, to make it a little bit fair on the assault rifles. But yeah, just keep the feedback coming.
Right.
We'll adjust stuff. Stuff isn't set in stone. There's probably going to be 3-4 more weapon tuning, big, updates. So as I get a bunch of stuff, I write down a big list, and then, I work a few days on it and do a, kind of a reworking on it. So, yep, keep the feedback coming.
Sweet.
Awesome.
So, let me get into yesterday. I'm not sure if you still have them, if you've gotten them. Did you by chance get beta codes for us?
Oh yeah. Let me dig those up.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Dom, did you get that private?
I did.
That private message?
I did. So guys,
okay.
We'll do some code giveaways, whatever Kev has. I'd appreciate it if you don't have I play the game basically almost every day, and most of the time. So I know who you are. I know most of who you are. So if I know you have a code, and I know I see you play, and your name comes up as I drawed, I'm not giving it to you. Okay? So please just don't waste my time. Don't waste our time. Don't tick it in, and we can get this through and over with.
I think you need to say that because some people want to get a code for their friends and stuff. So it's a different thing,
No, and I understand.
Worth saying.
Of course, yeah, of course.
I mean, if your friend really wanted to be part of the SOCOM community or the HR community as it is now, they would be in this stream right now.
They would be here in the stream, exactly.
They would be here and they would be able to tick it in. So, yep.
Through that.
Right. So, I guess I will start a raffle. And I guess while we're doing this, we could still take questions,
Yeah, so actually, somebody, who was it? It was Mad or something like that. I lost it. What are you guys calling, and Peaches and I get an argument about this all the time. Is it a tower or is it a windmill in Sismus?
Oh, the silo? Yeah, that's
a silo!
A silo!
Damn it!
Yeah, Silo needs some love too. We're probably gonna retouch it up once the ladder climbing stuff comes into play. It's a little tough shooting out of it with sniper rifles. and it kind of be nice to have a better ledge in it.
Actually,
Yeah.
that brings up.
Go ahead.
The invisible
That brings up a big.
staircase.
Yeah, that brings up a big. Oh, that was taken care of.
Yeah.
That brings up a big thing is, with the way that the guns are, I don't know if it's the way that the guns are held or if you have the bullets coming out of the end of the gun or out of the camera. There's a lot of places where you should be able to shoot and you're hitting low. And I'm sure you guys know about that. So
Ticket 1, guys. Enter Ticket 1, guys. We have the raffle going on.
Okay, so exclamation ticket 1.
Yep, Ticket 1, guys.
What happens if somebody puts in exclamation ticket 10?
It's not going to work.
Okay.
And it also won't work if you do exclamation ticket with no number.
Yeah. So I'll put in an example.
Yeah. It gives an example. The bot gives you an example. So
No caps?
no caps. Just exclamation ticket 1.
All right, so go ahead, Kevin.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's always a tricky thing in games. As far as you got two angles, you got your camera floating in space behind you. You got the muzzle point on your gun, like at another spot. So it does sometimes look like you can pull off a shot, and what we do is we ray trace from the camera straight ahead to the center of the screen, and then we take the muzzle point and we check to see if going from that muzzle point to where the camera is looking at, if the shot's possible. And we display like kind of a something similar to SOCOM 1 with the red X. I know some people have been saying to maybe make it a little bit more like a 2 with graying out the crosshairs. I think we might do it. It's like there's still that kind of floating object that's like telling you where your shot's going to hit, but it's less annoying. There's still some balancing on that we can do. I think the camera position could probably use a little love. Another thing too, like me and Russ have been talking about, is doing a volume inside of buildings. Basically, when you go into interiors, sometimes you don't want the camera pulled back as far. It gets very annoying, especially in like the apartment building with like all the beams across the ceiling that your camera's constantly smacking in it and the boom arm is pulling in. So we might have it where when you're interiors, we kind of pull the camera in a little bit. We also got to adjust where the camera is, like the origin is, like, so there's like a point where the boom arm starts. So it's kind of at the head right now. It needs to be a little bit above the head, but it's a thing of like adjusting all these like camera positions to get it to not look weird or keep the camera down low enough that you're seeing your player's ass and whatnot. So it's a lot of sitting there and playing with these values to get stuff to work out, and then you got to do it for crouch, then you got to do it for prone, and then you got like leaning left and leaning right and adjusting all those. And something seems like it's simple, like you'll sit there for like 8 hours messing with this stuff just on like one little thing of adjusting the cameras to just get it fine-tuned right, and then you put it out and people say it's too high, adjust it, and then you're back to the drawing board.
So Mojo is asking if there's anything that you would personally want to clear the air about, any misconceptions floating around the forums that you want to take care of. I know it's kind of hard to probably answer these questions in the forum where they get lost. I mean, there's 112 people here right now, so we can kind of clear the air of some things if you have any.
Yeah, I'd love to clear the air on a few things. A lot of it's stupid rumors, and it's not even true. And you guys know what they are. Stuff happens. People didn't get fired, and stuff like that. It's life. People have to, live type thing. So that's as far as I'll go on it, and I'm gonna respect other people on it. But at the end of the day, it's a game, guys, and we all love it, but we don't need to drag a bunch of drama into this. Let's just have fun and play a game, and let's make it a great game, and let's remember that.
Yeah.
And not act like it's high school. So that's all I want to say.
Great. All right, so
I have one question I missed earlier. Go ahead, Dom.
Well, let me just finish this raffle. I'm going to draw a winner here, and then we'll do another. Actually, do we have another? Before I even ask Kev.
Oh, say that again.
Do we have how many codes do we have?
I got 2, but I can get more.
Okay.
We're gonna need 112.
Oh, no.
If you mind, why don't you just whatever, we'll do 2 now, and then whatever you have, if you don't mind, we can let you go and do the rest at another time.
Yeah, let's just do the 2 right now, because I don't want to bug the person who's in charge of it, the beta keys.
Gotcha.
To try to get them at this time
Of course.
of day.
Perfect. That's basically yeah. Okay, so guys, here's the first winner. A Brucey is the first winner.
A Brucey.
A Brucey.
Nice.
So sweet.
Congratulations.
Grats a Brucey. So I will write his name down.
Twitch or something.
I will add him on Twitch right now. I'll just write his name down so I can contact him later. Okay.
There's an underscore after his name. Make sure you grab
yeah,
that.
I got that underscore. Thanks.
All right. And Brucey, make sure you follow the stream. That way it'd be easier just in case something gets.
Yeah. Don't be a follow, bro. Jeez. You gonna come in and not even follow for me? Damn. Shit.
We love you too, Brucey. In a weird way.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna start up another one.
While you're doing that, I had somebody ask me earlier, not on Twitch chat, but somebody asked me earlier, and it's not really. Anyway, when you come up with your weapon damage, right, for weapons that may not have been in previous games, do you look at the bullet caliber? Do you look at maybe how the weapon just feels like it should feel? Or like, how do you go about something like that? This is really not, this is just kind of a out there question.
So, all of the above. So,
right.
I kind of start with what are the real world stats on the gun? So I'm like, okay, this gun shoots this many rounds per minute.
Okay.
And I usually start with that. I do check what the caliber of the bullet is, and what the gun is. Then what I do is I compare it to other guns in the game. So I'm like, where do I want to classify this weapon amongst all these other weapons, and what makes it different than this weapon? And then I kind of balance it from there and kind of push it out to you guys. So a bigger meteor gun that might have a slower rate of fire, I might want to, if it has a heavier caliber bullet, I do bump up the bullet damage, and I compare it to like other assault rifles or whatnot, because that's the gist of it. Is you do all these things to get a starting point, and then you kind of play the game a little bit, and you're like, okay, maybe this gun recoils too much, or maybe this AK is more of a mid-range AK, or not AK, but a gun in general. Like, so yeah, like we fill the void and we kind of adjust it from there.
Sweet. Let's see if there's anybody else asking. King, is there something we haven't asked about that you're working on or excited about? Anything else?
Oh man, Well, we got plans for some cool maps out there that I'm excited about. Like, you know, kind of getting away from just being dirt holes and brown and stuff like that. So,
Right.
That's what gives a lot of fun to us at the dev team is talking about future maps. I don't want to start saying this is the map because we're still checking out the areas and what we want to base it off of and the size and all that stuff, and I don't want to set anything in stone on it, but that's exciting. Some of the character models, we're updating the textures on them because they're god awful, so they're looking a lot better. So yeah, the Seal Ghost guy is going to get cleaned up with the horrible hands that have been pissing me off. Finally fixing that. So that stuff's happening. There's other stuff. A lot of times, though, like the stuff we're kind of working on is, you know, it's the not fun stuff, like the server stuff, and it's like, oh god, gotta because you're looking at more data than like virtual things or something physical, I guess you could say. In game, it's not like I'm messing with a gun and doing animations and stuff like that you're like, I have visual like improvement, I'm seeing stuff happening. It's like, oh, let me adjust this and test it for 10 minutes and try to figure out why it's not working, or I didn't do anything and now it's working. I'm like, oh god, why is it working? And now I have to like sit there and run through like hundreds of lines of code, like stepping through the code as it's working. So it's on and off, like depends on what the task is, what we're working on. So there's fun times and then there's boring times,
bad times.
Yeah. So I got one more question actually. So I have a statement to make first and then a question. So Hardigan, you're asking multiple times about the inverting your controller. You can do that right now. There's something on the forums right now. If somebody can link that, I'll do it. If it doesn't happen now, I'll do it later. But you can invert your controller, so that is there. You can do it. Second question, Mr. Fatal asked about default loadouts. Right now, we're having to choose our guns every time. Is that coming with the new UI?
Yes, I got it where you can. There's loadouts, so it's just a means of getting it piped in. So we got to get the updated UI, but there's some stuff in place already for it. It's UI needs to catch up with programming. So it's just a thing. You got multiple departments working on different stuff. So some stuff people have to catch up. Some people, blah blah blah.
Right.
As far as input, exciting. Eve's programmer just he's been working on that, so no more having to get into configs to mess with that stuff. Hopefully.
Awesome.
I got to test it with the gamepad to make sure it's working. But we got that. The stuff we're trying to still work on is piping in the sensitivity and the invert on it. But those are the last couple of things to round off on setting that. The UI needs some working too. It works right now. Basically, it's like you click on like what action you want to like map, so your fire or something like that. You click on it, it gives you a big list of stuff. Right now it's kind of like pushing down the whole list when you click on it, so just some elegant stuff we got to do to clean it up.
Right.
But yeah, we're getting a lot of that stuff. We want to get you guys out of the configs and all the shenanigans with that, and
oh yes, please
keep you guys in the game where you need to be.
Sliders, sensitivity sliders.
Yeah.
Here's a fun question, and I don't know who controls the Twitch SOF thing, but they had mentioned something about it. Are we going to be able to play devs versus community at any point? When do we get to kill you?
Oh, I don't know about killing me, man. Yeah, like probably here soon. I'd like to do something once Demolition's a little rounded off.
Yeah, for sure.
There'd be a good kickoff for it.
Sounds awesome.
We're still working on it. Like, I don't know if Demolition will make it in this patch. We do got some early stuff right now, like first working stuff, but it's kind of too early for beta. It's very broken, or not broken, but it's a lot of state management. There's lots of resetting stuff, lots of effects. So it's a hefty one. We've planned that. It doesn't say on the stupid whatever roadmap thing that it's several weeks, but it is several weeks. It's just like we're going to try to get like the first work in progress version of it. So
okay,
we're there, but we're
just
not
ready for launch.
It's just going to be kind of a mess on the servers.
So demo not out this week for sure.
Yeah, it might be hidden in there that you might be able to get it working, I guess. But yeah, I don't think the official servers will run it. But we'll have the other stuff like jumping. Oh, go ahead.
Just maybe we can get something out of you. How about, you know how last patch you basically, you know, what was it? What was the ninja patch? That they didn't tell us, guys. Help me out here. Was it the smoke, or did you guys tell us smoke was coming in?
No, it was the smoke we didn't know about. We also
smoke we didn't know about.
The red crosshairs going away when people were dead. That was
okay. Yeah, that was kind of ninja. That was kind of ninja'd out.
Gone.
Is there anything ninja patch going to be this week? Can you tell us?
Yeah, it is fun to do them, like, because I did slip in the fall damage. I was like,
yeah, the fall damage.
These guys jumping off the church, I'll throw it in, I'll let them rage on their first death.
Yeah.
You can still jump off the church though.
Oh, you can.
You can jump off.
You can jump off the back.
Well, the back side where the ground is higher. I kind of like that.
Yeah, there's like a lump.
2 ways of getting off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll leave it. Like, yeah, because like when I was testing it to get the algorithm right, because it's a pain. Fall damage isn't just like velocity times stuff. You got to have like it scale, like I don't know, like you back in algebra and you mess with like x squared or whatnot, and you get your graph and it scales up. The faster you're going, the more damage and whatnot. Yeah, I was always jumping off the front of the church and never jumped off the back. But yeah, see, it's kind of cool. I do like the idea of 2 ways off the church, so I'll leave it. You can jump like through that hole and land on like that like perch inside the church and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah. So Mojo just asked a question, and I think it's really important, and it's something that Dom has brought up in the past. It's about: are you guys going to be reaching out to any big Twitch streamers to ramp up social media, or how do you guys plan on ramping up social media coming into an EA?
So we got some stuff planned on Twitch. I don't know if I can talk about it right now, but there is like some big stuff. I don't know. I'd have to have Tom here to tell me what I can talk about. We're bringing in somebody big. I can't wait to talk about it. I don't know if we talked about it yet. I have to look it up, but it's cool. I'm pumped about it. I think you guys are going to be excited. Who's going to be handling some of this stuff?
Oh God, I'm excited now.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. It takes a load off of us in here.
There's going to be a speculation forum just blowing up right now.
Oh yeah. Like, it's a pretty big person. So that's happening. Look out.
Awesome.
For that.
I'm excited.
So let me draw this winner real quick. Rust Bucket.
Seth Luisi, yeah, so come.
Rust Bucket 80.
No, Seth Luisi.
Rust Bucket 80.
Rust Bucket 80.
We got Rust Bucket. Awesome.
David Hasselhoff. That would be.
Oh yeah.
That would be
You got
impressive.
it. It's cat's out of the bag.
Liam Neeson. There we go.
Ooh, good one. Get more codes. Yeah. We'll get more when Kev can get them from his guy. He's got a guy.
He knows
So-
a guy.
A girl.
A girl. He's got a girl.
knows a girl.
Yeah.
He's got a girl that he can. That
She knows
will.
the place. She
Yeah.
can get stuff.
And I'm sure they'll contact me when Kev has them, and we'll do them at a later date on the stream.
Morgan
so.
Freeman. Seen a lot of good ideas. I hope you're paying attention.
Sweet. So, I think that should wrap it up, guys. I don't want to, Kev, I know you're busy. I don't want to keep you. We actually went longer than I was actually expecting to. So, again, everyone that came through, thank you so much. Guys, my team, Vice, Joe, thanks so much for the help. And, of course, the man of the hour and a half, Kev, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course, man. Anytime. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Anytime.
You the real MVP, Kev.
You are the real MVP, Kev.
Oh boy.
And I know we can speak for the community by saying we really truly appreciate how willing you guys are to talk to us and listen to us.
For sure.
This stream question and answer segment just proved that you guys are listening and that you want this game to work. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I know like some people are like, oh, Kevin's not on the forums. I'm on there. I don't log in
He's
with
creeping.
my account.
He's creeping.
I'm creeping. I write down a lot of stuff. We file a lot of things. So it is a thing. We like a lot of some of the community stuff and a lot of bug stuff kind of goes into the future freeze, and it's planned for that. We're trying to just squeeze in as much as we can before early access and then polish the hell out of it. And we'll continue polishing the hell out of it and adding more stuff down the road. But, yeah, I listen to it. The bad and the worse.
Awesome. Well, I think we'll wrap it up on that, guys. Again, thank you so much, everybody, and I'm gonna shut down right now for a few minutes just to wrap things up, and then I'll be back for a regular stream for the rest of the night, guys. All right. So again, thanks everyone. Peace.